All right, we're here. We don't know where Keegan is. He told us he would be ready. It's been 20 minutes. We kind of figured we had to get the show on the road because we're too cheap to pay for Zoom Premium, and that would have just been 40 minutes down the drain. 50 minutes if you account the time that we do have to wait in between recordings, which is convenient because we can get to go pee. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I mean I wouldn't necessarily call the quality time you and I just spent um you know what you just did, but but yeah, I mean we definitely wanted to start the podcast. Keegan is MIA. He's the one who suggested this time. So
It's gonna be
Keegan's missing out on some fun times. Donnie is just trashing the fun times he and I have together. And you know,
just because I'm trash doesn't mean I'm trashing the fun times.
oh, all right. Redeemed.
Yeah, I'm just drinking beers. That's what I do here.
Yeah, and then on the eve of no, I'm saying the wrong thing. It's just been that kind of day. Um After Keegan posted an hour ago, okay, on our podcast about how the gang's back together, and after last week's episode of the gang being back together, we we're here.
Yeah, we are. Usually, you know, we get a like, hey guys, I'm going to be 15 minutes late, which is perfectly fine, if one of us can't make it. I
Yeah.
guess not today. Daylight savings time may have not hit New Jersey yet. We're just, it's been a black hole.
Yeah, they're stuck out there. They're they got to figure out the internet again.
The best part about this is because Caitlin doesn't listen to this, she can't confirm what's happening right now.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah,
That's
so our only source of information for all of New Hampshire right now is missing.
New Hampshire.
Nope. Oh my
That's
God.
where I'm from.
Yep, New Jersey. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Well, we were talking about it earlier. It's like it's just been one of those days where you hit every single red light. You're just crushing beers and just trying to race down the road, and you just hit every single red light.
Yeah, and you're spilling your beer while you're driving.
Dude, yeah, spilling your beer on you while you're driving. It was like legitimately, it's just been one of those days.
I think okay, there might be a market inefficiency here. You know those like cups, they're those like mugs that never like tip over or whatever. They've got like the rubber thing on the bottom so they don't
Yeah.
tip over. I think we do those but with koozies.
Yeah.
So when you're driving,
Carsies.
yo, yeah. I'm telling you, man. Next car I get, I'm removing I'm like removing the wheel well where the spare tire is. I'm putting a keg. I'm make retrofitting a custom keg in there, and then I'm running a tap line up in through the center console. So that way, and that way when you open it up, there's just a little nozzle there, and you grab it, you like, almost, like how they have those, what are those things when you can't drive because you're drinking too much, and the breathalyzer, like the
Yeah.
interlock system. Uh, it's one of it's kind of like that, but you pull it out and it's just a beer keg nozzle.
I think it was so before my family bought I think it was the Dodge Grand Caravan. We looked briefly at a Ford Flex,
Okay.
and I'm pretty sure I remember there being a cooler in between the seats.
Dude, some of them, was it the Rivian trucks in the bed of it? It's got like a removable door for a cooler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like there's like a cooler built in, a Bluetooth speaker and stuff that like comes out from under the driver's seat. Pretty interesting stuff, honestly.
Yeah. I mean the rest of us in our regular cars just bring those items.
Yeah,
But having
my
them built in.
the worst part is like when I'm going somewhere, I've got my little Playmate, that holds like a six pack from Igloo, and it just like falls over all the time while I'm driving, and I'm like, this is great. This is great. I was in some precarious roundabouts earlier, driving with a bottle of Shankies and a six pack of New Glarus Fat Squirrel brown ale bottles, and I was like, something's gonna shatter. I really didn't think it through.
Yeah, the cop pulls you over. They're like, it smells like Shanky's, and they whatever that
And
brown
Fat
ale
Squirrel,
was,
dude,
Fat Squirrel.
it's one of my favorites.
I'm assuming that Milwaukee cops are able to smell what exactly was drank
It's
in a
like
car or spilled in a car.
my friends at work wanted to do that trend. You see that like TikTok trend where it was like throwing a beer at someone and seeing if they can guess it.
Oh,
And it was just like throwing a full
yeah,
glass of beer in someone's face. And
yeah,
I said I was down to do it, but like I would have to know what my options are. Like I would have to know every beer that's available to do it, like because otherwise you could throw anything in my face. And what does it matter if it's a Labatt versus a Jenny versus a Miller Lite at that point?
right.
Like, sure. Like, or if you throw a Lakefront IPA versus a Rheingeist Truth versus name your third generic like IPA in my face.
Or if they just throw the bottle or
Yeah, and I
throw the
just hit a
can.
black eye and I break my nose.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, some of those trends are legitimately so dangerous.
Well, I think about it too because like I'm known as the beer guy to a lot of people.
You're known
And
as
like
that
just
to
in
me.
yeah, and they're like, "Oh, like could you just like tell this?" And I'm like, "Well, no." Like like I have to know what it is. Like I can pull out tasting notes and stuff like that if I know what I'm drinking. And
Right.
like I could tell you within, 3 degrees of Kevin Bacon of like what I'm drinking or whatever. Like, I could tell you, I'm like, oh, this is a pale ale of sorts. Like I couldn't tell you the hops in it. I couldn't tell
Right.
you the yeast or the malts or anything like that most of the time. But like
No,
I know roughly what I'm drinking.
yeah. Like, yeah. That's the like I agree with that, right? It's like being able to guess the style most of the time.
Mm.
Like if somebody has you blind test or like blind taste something, you can usually get pretty close.
They did something like that at Mobcraft recently. I think it was last Monday. It was like a blind flight, like learn a bit, like try and guess the beers. But again, they don't really have their own beers, so it was just like it was put on by like an event company. I'd be interested in doing it, and like I don't know if I told you guys about this or just you, Luke, at this time. But there's a craft beer bar down the street from me that I really haven't been to a whole lot. I've been there twice now because they have like 40 taps. And
Wow.
my coworker and her friend, like when they lived in the area, used to go there and would make each other's flights, and then they would have to like figure out which beers they were.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, there's
No, that
four.
is great.
Well, and it's funny. So we went this weekend with Maddie and Buddy, and Sophie and I did, and Maddie and I both got uh like peanut butter beers. Or like chocolate peanut butter. So Maddie got the left hand chocolate peanut butter nitro stout, and I got a chocolate peanut butter porter. And then like we both like tasted them, and we were both like, like Buddy and I were both like, yeah, I like the one I got better. Um, I got the from Shell's chocolate peanut butter porter.
I don't recognize that.
They're in New Ulm, Minnesota.
Hmm. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm like I do not recognize that name at all.
No, it's a cool place. It's a lot of beers. They have pretty good deals.
Is it like McGregor's type?
No, it's just a bar. It's not a restaurant.
Oh, cool.
So you just walk in. I don't know if they still do flights or what. I haven't seen flight boards there. But you just walk in and then like they have beer, they have cocktails. Um, chips.
What more could you want?
I want to go grab a beer can so I can show it and talk about a beer I drank this week.
Let's do it.
So Luke, freestyle for a second.
Okay. Okay, this is my attempt at a freestyle. Uh, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if the mic will pick it up. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to test it. Oh,
So did you freestyle?
okay. So I spent this whole time figuring out how I was going to, and then you got back.
All right, well, I'm here. The beer I drank is from Lion's Tail Brewing. We went there on Sunday, and then I grabbed a 4 pack to go so I could try this, have this beer and review it. And it was also half off. But Sandbar Tropical Pilsner.
Ooh.
Uh, it says the inspiration, it's best enjoyed while anchored on the sandbar. It's 5% ABV beer. Uh, Classic like Pilsner flavor, I would say, is the bulk of it. I gave this a 3.5 out of 5. It's very light on the fruit notes, but it definitely like it elevates it and makes it a little nice, like gives it a little something extra in the mouth, which is awesome. I would definitely say that this is I don't know, a Moorish beer, but a crusher for sure.
Okay.
I think guava is the fruit that I get in there. Let's see if they have any tasting notes online. Papaya and guava. It's
Oh, yeah,
yeah, and
tropic.
yeah, very tropical. Like in terms of like a pilsner, little to no bitterness, very mild, if any, hop flavor. Mostly kind of like a nice crisp sweetness. Good beer. Probably should be drank 3 months ago, maybe four.
Have you ever drank on a sandbar?
No, I haven't been boating a lot since I've been of drinking age.
So, so my friend Nick, you know,
I know Nick.
Nick. So he has a cottage over by uh Sodus Point.
Hmm.
Okay. So it's this little island. It turned into an island back in 2016 or 17. And so the break walls have stopped working essentially for part of the for part of the island, which means that a bunch of sand gets dragged in through the breaks, and it's created a substantial sandbar. Now that sandbar every weekend attracts a lot of people during the summer, and they all go and they hang out there. The problem now with the sandbar is that all of the seaweed and gross mucky crap has taken root, and it is now just like a grassy field underwater. That people get it all over their legs, and then once they're done for the night and they go in, all of that loose weed washes up to the shores of the island. And so it's like people don't really go into the water on that side of the island anymore. It's still, a great place, and the sandbar is awesome. But you just have to prepare yourself mentally to just drag your feet through weeds. It's pretty gross feeling.
Yeah, having like I'm a lake kid. I grew up in the lakes and stuff,
Hmm.
like much smaller lakes than Lake Ontario. But yeah, I've been through a lot of that stuff in my days.
Yeah, I've seen some gross stuff come out of Lake Ontario, like
I've seen some
genuinely
gross
just
people come out of Lake Ontario.
that. Yeah, that too. You frequent enough of the local beaches, you'll see your fair share
Yeah, you go to
of.
Greece once.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Any of the
Greece,
beaches
New
over there.
York.
Um,
Uh,
but so like this summer, the lake turned over too quickly, and these little silver fish in the hundreds of thousands were just floating dead across the water. One of the days we're out on the boat. And it was like a particularly calm day. And so you
So
could,
nothing was moving.
nothing was moving and the air was stale. And it's like, this, this is not what is supposed to happen.
This is not what we're about right now.
Large body of lake, large body of problems. Am I right?
Yeah, large body boys out there. Get the
Yeah,
large body boys.
represent.
We're fishing. We're pulling the dead fish out. We're eating the dead fish. We're getting food poisoning. We're
Yeah,
switching to line caught tuna.
and I was fishing out. I mean, every time I go, basically all I'm pulling out are these round gobies, which are these invasive fish species that is so bad. But when you go to take it off the hook, if you touch it, it becomes incredibly slimy.
Oh yeah.
They are so gross, and you don't put them back in. So you're just sliming up the the walkway, and it's just yeah, it's just gross.
No, they're
It's just gross.
it's gross. Were any of your
Speaking of
beers you drank
gross,
gross?
no,
Did
no,
you drink a
actually,
gross of
it was
beers?
very good. I that I did for sure. So I told Donnie earlier that we were, or that I was cleaning out my fridge for another week, um, and ended up bringing out some pretty good ones. So I have this other half Citra Chroma. This was a free beer to me. It's a double dry hopped IPA, and it's 6.3% ABV. Um, I thought this was very, very good. It's described as a hazy IPA highlighting a single hop variety, Citra, notes of lychee, sweet orange, and tropical fruits. And it did feature some of those. I didn't so much get the oranges, but I did get like the sweet orange, but I did get the definitely some like tropical citrusy fruits. Not so much orange. Uh, very enjoyable. I did only give it a 4, but it was, like I said, citrusy. It was smooth, a bit creamy. Um, I thought so. I've enjoyed quite a few dry hopped IPAs, um, kind of recently, and they're one of those styles that I've sort of rediscovered, and I've definitely like brown ales were last year,
Hmm.
or I should say Belgian ales last year, brown ales earlier this year, and now anything like dry hop, double dry hop, anything like that is just I've enjoyed quite a lot. So this was another one.
Buddy and I were talking about this weekend with he likes fresh hop beers.
Mm,
You know, beers that use like the whole cone of hops and stuff like that. And
yeah.
he got one when we were at Broken Bat. They only had it in cans, but it is such a like I know we talked about it with the dry hopped cream ale, but like that extra hoppiness sometimes and the different flavors you can get out of it really, really amaze me.
Yeah. Yeah, this was one of those like sometimes if you do a deep dive into other half IPAs, some of them are described just the same exact way, and there isn't too much variation, but they have enough IPAs at any given time that you can explore most of the spectrum, if you will.
Which that's
Um,
awesome because I we talked about with that back east brewing place. That place was awesome, but our only criticism was it's like d give some description to these beers other than New England IPA.
exactly. Yep. Yeah. And put a disclaimer. It's not actually ice cream. Am I right?
Am I right, ladies?
Am I
Look,
right, Keegan? Keegan, you want to weigh in here?
yeah, Keegan, we gotta go find that guy.
No, we legitimately though, we should probably check to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, you'll if he's here when we come back, he's here when we come back. I'm so glad that Keegan has a wife that keeps tabs on him.
Yeah, I'm going to read to everybody a text, okay, from me to his now wife. Hey, is Keegan asleep? Caitlin, I'm not at the apartment. I'm assuming he is. Are you supposed to be recording now? Me. Yeah, I called and he was asleep. Donnie and I did the first half. She said, "Oh my God, he's the worst." Now, do we really believe that? No.
No, there's worse
Yes,
people.
yes, yes. No, confirmed.
No.
Confirmed.
There's worse people.
No. And I'll tell you why. Would the worst person, and Keegan, you go ahead and pull your phone out for this part of the episode.
Okay.
Would the worst person be as adorable as our Keegan was in copying and pasting the text he sent to us and throwing that in
Dude,
as the caption for the
I was
post?
so hoping because I was like, well, I was waiting for this to go up, not expecting to have computer problems on top of everything. Because that literally what I did, obviously. I went, I
Very
went,
clearly.
the post came up on my feed, like my personal feed, and I was like, "Sorry, boys." It's like, I don't remember writing "Sorry, boys" in the caption. Like that's not funny. I did a funny caption, and then I said, "Ah, fuck." So I like legitimately just now as I was waiting for it to reboot, I went in and took that part out.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
we were gonna leave it.
Yeah,
Oh,
we left it in. We acknowledged it to each other.
Ah,
All right. AP
no.
Race was just called for Zoran Mumdani live reactions for New York City mayor.
hopefully, it makes everything cheaper.
I just want to know what Curtis Sliwa won.
7.7% of the vote.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he beat seven.
He didn't even get Staten Island.
Nobody wants
That's
Staten Island. Nobody
He
wants
does,
Staten
but
Island.
I think Cuomo won Staten Island.
Not surprised. Those fucking Italians. I can
You
say
could
that
say that about
as an
any
Italian man.
borough.
Yeah, yeah, Staten Island more than most.
yeah. You know
Um,
what? And I can say whatever I want about Curtis Sliwa because I was shot by the Gottis and Gambinos in the back of a yellow cab
With 5 hollow point bullets.
with five hollow point bullets.
I
well, that's impressive. I did not vote because I don't live in New York City anymore.
was hoping you kept your residency there and were like committing voter fraud.
Yeah, we were really.
So yeah, I'm kind of floating. Um, because I don't believe like
Sovereign citizen of the earth.
yeah, yeah, because like I get calls and texts from Monroe County, even though I've told them for the past 3 years that I haven't lived, I don't live there, and I officially was removed from that list,
Not
whatever
my
list it
problem.
is. Yeah, fucking figure it out, Luke. Tell your cronies over there, those criminals over at the Board of Elections, to figure it out.
You tried
But
to
I,
get me to set my address there so I could bet on the ponies. You were just like, just put it in my parents' house. You know the address.
you know
Oh
the
my
address.
God.
But yeah, and then I don't believe I was like newly registered to Manhattan, and so because I'm going to be honest, I'm confused on how it works as a temporary resident of New Jersey.
Well, where you lay your head at night.
That counts. So okay.
What do you mean by like how? What do you mean
No, because
temporary
I mean I'm thinking
resident?
like I have a New York license. I have a New York. My car is registered to New York. Which is funny because Caitlin has to now become a New Jersey person because her dad doesn't want her insurance registered to their house anymore.
Well, she
I
also
Um,
don't
has to
I
get a
don't
new
blame him.
social security card. So like,
it's true. New identity. Um, but yeah, so okay. Good
Well,
information. So I need to, yeah, okay.
well,
I
here's
need,
the thing. So, at least as it how it works in New York is right where you lay your head at night, where
okay,
you're living, right? Do you receive mail at your New Jersey residence?
I do.
Okay. And why don't you tell our listeners the address that you live at?
Right. So it is
is it?
64 Hill Terrace Road.
Almost,
Fuck,
almost
57? 57. Damn it.
something like that.
If I
Somewhere
drive
around
down
there.
the
It's on
street, I
Hill
can tell
Terrace
you which
Road.
one it is. Guys, get me in the car. I'll tell you which house this is.
What we're saying is
I'll
dox the
take you there.
fuck out of Luke.
Uh, uh, yeah, because I mean, like all through college, I voted for New Hampshire because if I'm being honest, New Hampshire needed my vote more than New York did.
But no, but
Oh,
that's so
and
that's what I
that's
think
totally
about.
fine.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
think
Because I
about.
was I
Because
was
like
attend like I was there for college. I wasn't there as a rent paying, taxpayer.
Right. Well, let me ask this. Keegan, when did your absentee ballot come in?
actually I didn't get one this year. I did do one while I was in the city. I did do one while I was in the city.
I know. I'm just being obnoxious. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. Um, I'm thrilled for a couple of reasons. Number one, by the end of this episode, I will dox you. Uh, but uh, but number two, we had some good beers in the first half of the episode that we reviewed, and
Great, some of the best beers of our lives.
I'm sure.
yeah.
I'm sure they're just sensational. Company influences the beer a lot, so
Well,
Just the
I can
best
see
beers
why
in
it
the
was
world.
better then than it would be now.
let me ask you something, Keegan.
No.
Do you have a beer you got to review for us?
I
You
mean, I
got
very much
two?
do. I very much do. Um, do you want me to tell you about it, or you want me to just like,
No, please
Rapid
tell us.
fire. Name
okay,
both of them. We're gonna end it there.
ah, shit, I left my other can over there. Okay. Um, I was prepping for a break at some point in this one. My internal clock is just thrown off. I'm like fucking Josh Allen against the Pats. I just fucking sucked. Um,
Hey.
so yeah,
True.
oh, sorry, buddy. It's Drake May's division now, pal.
Oh my God.
So what I have from the Open Gate Brewery, which I'm going to be referencing all of last week and this week, it's called Lovely Day for a Guinness. It's an apricot sour,
Oh,
4.5%,
Whoa, whoa.
quite delectable. It's like it's funny because usually I feel like with a sour, a lot of back end of the back end of the flavors where you get kind of that sour in your cheeks. Um, this one I feel like it's a little more on the forefront, but in a good way because it's like honestly, it's more like a Sour Patch Kid in the sense that for me at least, it's sour, sweet, gone. Um, but
Okay.
I think the apricot flavor is it apricot? Does anybody say apricot or was that just a Drake and Josh thing?
I
I
think that
think
was a
that's a
Drake and Josh
Josh.
Okay.
thing.
Because
1,000%.
I've always said apricot. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say apricot. Um, but yeah, I mean, like it's a really good flavor. It doesn't feel fake or anything, which is nice. It honestly tastes kind of like they took. If you ever had dried apricot, because I kind of
Yeah,
fuck with that a
Yeah.
yeah.
little bit.
I
Um,
flavored some moonshine with dried apricot.
hell yeah, give me
Ooh.
some of that because I think it's a good flavor when it still feels natural, but it's slightly sweeter. Um, yeah, it's a solid
Yeah.
beer. I'd give it a actually same as the ABV. I'd give it a 4.5.
That's got to be one of the first beers reviewed on this podcast that's had notes of apricot.
I know it's my first.
They're in apricot is so like because I do like dried apricot. It's a very mild flavor typically. Like it's not like a punch you in the mouth flavor.
Mhm.
It's like with a lot of those stone fruits, like apples sometimes or like plums. I recently had a sour with plums in it that I was like, oh, like I actually do taste plums. So
Hmm.
I'm glad that you're pulling some apricot representation here, Keegan.
Have either of you ever had that? I think it's Ithaca, the apricot wheat
Mm.
I have
from
not.
them. I think it's Ithaca. Somebody left some. Well, I had it for the Beers of the World class, but then somebody left some at my house in college,
That's the
Hmm.
best.
and I'm like,
Free
I've
beer.
never seen these in stores.
That's the
Like,
biggest reason to
Yeah,
host a
apricot
party.
wheat from Ithaca exists.
let's
Hmm.
see.
No,
That's like
Wait, did you find it or
yeah,
no?
I'm on their website right now, ithacabeer.com.
Luke's deleting his search right now because he couldn't catch it
Yeah.
soon enough.
My mom went to Ithaca. That's my story. That's where she went to
Really?
college. Yeah, for first years of college.
Nice.
I
Holy
found one time
crap.
we were going through like an old box of pictures and I found her student ID from Ithaca. The best part of that is her student her her student number or whatever, her ID number is just her social security number.
And I'm sorry, what was that sequence of numbers?
I don't have that one memorized, but she looked at me, she goes, "That's my social security number, fun fact."
Oh my God.
That sounds good. That sounds safe.
I
Yeah.
think one of the other like managers in my department at work said told me that wherever when he was in college, it was the same thing wherever he went.
That's kind of terrifying.
Because identity theft wasn't real. Like you didn't
Of
have the
course.
internet
Identity theft
in
is not a joke,
in
Jim.
1992
Yeah.
or yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing the math of when
Yeah.
my mom would have been in college.
You know what though? Isn't that crazy? Well, I guess that's a bit ago now, but isn't it crazy that at the same time that wasn't that long ago that the internet came to exist and it's just taken over everything?
Yeah.
I mean, look, we're closer to 30 than we are to 15, buddy.
No, no, not me, not anymore.
Nah,
You did the de-aging process, didn't you?
I did. Apricot actually has.
it does the shit. That's why. But wait, can I ask? I'm gonna ask a dumb question. I'm gonna blame it on being sleepy still. Um, why is it called a stone fruit?
The pits. Because they had the big
Oh,
I don't think apples might not be, but
It's
any
been
of the
bred out of apples.
yeah. But let me
okay.
look up examples of stone fruits because I'm smart.
Well,
Like
same
like
thing with like bananas used to have big ass seeds.
A lot of them too.
Yeah.
yuck.
In botany, a drupe or stone fruit is a type of fruit with an outer fleshy part surrounds a single shell, stone, or hardened endocarp with a seed inside.
So would a cherry technically be a stone fruit?
I'm working on it.
I think so, right?
Um, what do we have in here? Ginkgo fruits. A blackberry is technically a form of stone fruit.
Wait, a ginkgo tree puts out a fruit?
Yeah.
What?
I can't
Okay.
believe you didn't know that, Luke. You're such a
Dude, the
dummy.
internet is the best.
Cherries
Are you
are
ki-
in the graphic that
I
I'm
changed my
seeing.
mind.
Come on,
Cherries do
Keegan.
cherries are correct by the looks of it, Keegan.
Hell yeah. Wait,
Uh,
can we?
peaches
Have
as well. Black
peaches.
pepper is technically a stone fruit
Black pepper?
because what you're
You
grinding
grind
up
it
is
is the
the
like the fleshy part or the seed part?
No way, dude. Ginkgos are first off, if anybody has it's spelled GIN like the drink KGO, okay? Look
That's a sick
that up.
start.
It is an ancient type of tree.
the leaves on them are so cool. I love their
They are
leaves.
there's quite a few of them at RIT. But I've never seen fruit on them.
That's
Can
that's
I
that's cool. That's cool.
can I eat it?
Before I go to
Probably
my
should.
my beer, have I told you my story about when my dad first like helped pick me up from RIT after freshman year and he um he discovered things about the landscaping at RIT.
No.
No.
So my dad picked me up in, mid to early mid-May, which is right when the flowering pear trees are in full bloom at
Oh,
RIT, belovedly known as the jizz trees.
they're so
Yep.
awful.
They smell horrible, and they smell like human excrement slash rotting fish.
Mhm.
Uh, and my dad smelled them everywhere and was like gagging. He was like, "What are these?" I'm like, "Oh, I looked it up and I talked to Luke. It's a flowering pear tree." And he's like, "Really?" He's like, "I think I planted one of those in our yard." And then he got home, found out that it was correct. It was the same species of pear, and then proceeded to dig it up and get rid of it because
Good on him, dude.
That's awesome.
yeah, because he was like, "Oh,
God
I heard it was
bless
a good
him.
landscaping tree. I didn't know what it smelled like though."
Ours, okay, so we had one in our backyard. They're called Bradley pear. Also an invasive species. Keegan, you were asleep for the first half of the episode. I
But
talked about
Yeah.
round gobies,
is
and
is is
that they're
sleep an
slimy and
invasive
gross.
species?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Okay.
actually. Um, but, but so my parents planted one around the patio and were expecting it to give some shade. It grew taller than any Bradley pear that our tree, the guy who lives like one of our neighbors is a tree guy. He said he's never seen one that large. They cut it down and said that it was on the verge of like one more storm would have just ripped the thing apart. It
Damn.
was like
Good.
starting to rot down down the middle and stuff, but it is a gross tree. It makes a mess of everything. It didn't give us much shade because it just grew straight up. It's like it sucks. It sucks. It's the worst. I'm sorry. I vented a little bit there.
No, it means a lot to you. I did have a thought. Luke, can you do a segment, beer and botany?
Oh,
Oh,
We just get drunk and you talk about plants. We talk about like a species of the day.
yeah. And then if I start talking about invasive species and I'm drunk, I'm like, we have to kill it all.
the zebra mussels.
That's
The zebra mussels.
It's literally
stab the fucking goby's heart
Mm.
out
you
or let him
go
suffer.
put it back in the water and you just gotta throw it. You gotta just throw it.
All right.
I
Well,
think,
I
God, sorry.
promised a beer review.
Yeah, you probably should do a
Let's
beer
do
review.
it.
Yeah. So the second beer I drank, first one that Keegan's hearing about,
All right.
raspberry creamsicle M43 from Old
Ooh,
Nation Brewing,
I'm glad you saved that for me.
uh, out of Michigan. So M43 is a classic New England IPA, one of the best New England IPAs I've ever had, actually.
Wow.
Just a really solid beer. You can get it pretty readily around here. But I've had a couple variations of it now. I first had the tart strawberry version, and then I saw this can, which is the raspberry creamsicle. 6.8% ABV, like New England IPA. You guys know I love my raspberries and my vanilla. It
Oh
was
yeah.
so like I rated this the same as the base beer as a 4.25 out of 5. Like really good beer. It is like punches you in the nose with raspberry and then like you sip it and it's like raspberry on the like raspberry and like cream on the tongue. It's also as a creamsicle beer, lactose free,
Huh.
Okay.
which is amazing. And then like in the middle, you're like, oh, I tasted New England IPA, and then it just finishes with like straight raspberry. I thought this was awesome. I will 1,000% be drinking the rest of the 4 pack have of this. Um, I thought it was such a cool and unique like desserty concept of an IPA, which I like because sometimes, like, you guys ever go out to a brewery and you're like in like a beer mode or mindset? You're like, I'm just gonna be on the IPAs today, or like, like lagers, lighter beers are what I'm into, or it's like, oh, we're only going darks today. Is that you guys ever?
I tend to be more on the side like I just like variety. I there's times if I'm going to after I get a flight go one way or the other, like I'll do that, but I don't know if I necessarily go to a brewery that way.
And maybe it's just I'm out and I've been to a number of places at this point in my day, and I'm just like, the IPAs are hitting today. I'm gonna keep going with those.
Yeah, so I think when it's a momentum choice, I think that's fair. I typically like, especially if it's my first brewery of the day, I don't typically do that.
I don't think it's, and again,
Um,
maybe I thought about it recently when I was at Indeed one time, because it's like I've had literally every beer on this menu multiple times. Like I kind of just gotta like pick and choose at some point, because if it's a brewery I don't go to a lot, I'll just be like, all right, I'm just gonna get a beer that I have never had, and I'm gonna drink
mhm.
that.
I think it's fair enough.
Yeah.
And I did go to a brewery I'd never been to. I texted you guys about it. Lombardi Brewing opened up in the old City Lights building, which is literally just the old power plant in Milwaukee, which is super cool. They're not in Green Bay, but named after Vince Lombardi because the it's like the great grandson or the grandson of Vince Lombardi. His like NFL Hall of Fame jacket is just like on the wall in the corner. It's just like the
Decent.
golden jacket, and I'm like, that's crazy that that's just over there next to the bathrooms. Um,
So what that makes me think about, right? So you think of like you see a lot of these guys now. So these guys that are like coaches, players, are like they're getting paid enough money that they're creating generational wealth.
yes.
When Lombardi was coaching, was he making enough money on that? Because like I feel like at least I wouldn't expect them to be as big in endorsements as they are now, and that's obviously a big part of income. Um, and if they are phenomenal, but like if he didn't, and this is how this guy, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a brewery, obviously. We love that. But like just what do you think his like grandfather or great grandfather would be like? Yeah, I taught men to fight and die for each other and just fucking go to war and win
My
football games.
my thing is
And he makes beer.
he was from the era though of like because there's like Lombardi Steakhouse in like
So
Appleton
everything
or
kind of
whatever.
yeah.
It's like it was of the era like it's kind of good like bypassed at this point like because the main thing is like brand endorsements now.
Yeah.
I think of like
Right.
Sauce Gardner from the Jets now on the Colts.
Well, both
Uh,
yeah, big trade. That's
big trade,
crazy.
crazy, two first round
The
picks
Jets
and
are just shelling everybody out. They got rid of Quinn Williams too for a first and a second.
dude, my buddy who's a Jets fan texted me. He goes, "Jets might be tanking,"
Yeah.
and I said, "Do you think?" And either way, like you think of him like having his like one sauce that was a limited edition thing with Buffalo Wild Wings,
hmm
and then it's like versus guys, even like when we were younger. Like I think I just drove through a neighborhood in Milwaukee the other day. I passed by Braun's Powerhouse, which was a bar restaurant
Mm.
like owned by Ryan
Ryan Bro
Braun,
yeah.
who was former MVP in baseball
You're
for the Brewers, and like it's just like like it's not open and it's got a for sale sign in the window. And like
Uh-oh.
it's just a bygone era of like guys using their name and brand as like a business venture and then using that to make a lot of money. So
yep.
that's where I think of Vince Lombardi. That's my long way of
That's
saying
fair.
Lombardi Brewing Company. Awesome. I had a Tomave Pivo, which is what in Polish?
I don't know. You told us and I don't remember.
Dark
Oh,
beer.
oh, I was
Nice.
gonna
Dark
say
beer.
Luke, you're Polish, asshole.
I had it. I had one that was actually what they also called the beer
Tomave
at
Pivo.
Watershed, and I still couldn't come up with it.
Yeah,
What?
it's a traditionally a Czech dark lager. One of my favorite beer styles of all time. Phenomenal. Drank one at Lombardi the other night. I will need to be going back for another one.
Do they focus mostly on like darker beers? Do they have a pretty wide variety?
No, I would. So we talked about it. We had been at a brewery earlier in the day. Where had we been? We'd been somewhere else. We've been at Raised Grain Brewing. Anyway, Sophie's mom, Kathy, grew up mildly Polish family, I believe. If not, she said something about pivo. Um, and she was like, "What does that mean?" I'm like, "Oh, it's beer in Polish." And they had a bunch of beers that were like Polish beers there, so I thought it was really interesting.
I can I say, oh, sorry. Shout out Lombardi because it does sound like a great environment, a lot of cool, good beers too. So
Would go
definitely
back.
another one we're gonna have to add to our list for when we make it out to your way, Donnie, and it ends up being seemingly more of like a month-long brewery every day sort of trip.
Yeah, 5 brewers a
Um,
day.
exactly. But
It's just an
I
endless list now.
we're like when we say pub crawl or brewery crawl, we are actually like crawling by the third day.
Mhm.
Um, I love the use of the term mildly Polish family like it's a diagnosis.
I think of it. The more I
Oh, it
realize
is.
it now is her family's like Yugoslavian Croatian, and Sophie's dad is the Polish side of the family with the last name of Viatek.
Yeah.
But she
Wow.
quizzed us on Pivo at a brewery, and I knew it because I've been to Poland and I've been
Because you're
drinking
the
beers
fuck, you're the
there.
man. Because
I've
you're the
been
man.
drinking beers in Poland, man.
You've been around the Polish bloc, if you will.
Yeah, the Eastern Bloc. All right,
I
someone's got
almost
to
spit
start
my
talking
beer
about
out,
other
for God's
beers.
sake.
Luke, what else you got? Well,
So
what do you got?
my second one was the was so freaking good. This was a gift from my former coworker Josh, and to Josh and Matt and all of our good buddies over at the board tonight. Good luck to you. I see election results are starting to come in. So you know, thanks for putting up with a bunch of a bunch of people on both sides of the aisle working together for fair and honest elections. So I did want to give them a shout out. But this was from Josh. It was Weihen Stefana, their original.
Do you
Okay,
realize that that's
their
the beer
lager.
I drank in the first half of this episode, Luke?
Is it seriously?
Yeah, I bought some for Oktoberfest. I got a free shine with it.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. Well, so I did not expect to give this as high a rating as I did, as a 5.1% Hellish lager. Um, it boasts that it's the world's oldest brewery. Okay,
I was
and
about to drop that fun fact if you didn't.
I gave this a 4.5,
Nice.
and I'll tell you
Classic.
why I gave this a 4.5, because this beer, despite, I mean, the nose was a little skunky, maybe.
I I was going to tell you it's a very skunky beer.
Yes. However, the taste itself, if I had to describe, if somebody was like, I want to taste the most beer, like what people imagine a beer tastes like, I would give them this one. It was beautiful, light-bodied, just just crisp and awesome. I today and I referenced this earlier. We talked about this a bit earlier. You know, sometimes you have kind of an off day. Okay, this was one of those, and I feel I earned a beer, and this was that beer.
I
A,
uh
a great end to a shit day, as they say.
I will tell you, put a lemon in there.
Really?
That's what I do. I get a Weihenstephaner and I put a slice of lemon in there. I squeeze a lemon into there, and that's it. It kind of takes out the skunkiness.
Oh, I can see if I have some lemon vodka or something behind the bar. I definitely don't have
That
lemons.
that'll do it. But no,
Oh,
that's
here it
literally what I
is.
drank. I didn't mention it during the pod, but I genuinely
That'll do.
Jepson's Malort.
Nice.
God, rocket fuel, man.
Some very bad things would happen to me if I did pour that in. Uh,
Hmm. But
That's
it's
what you
fun.
gotta do,
Sometimes
ultimately.
you gotta go back and review the classics, I do say.
oh yeah.
That's like the one beer I don't have reviewed on Indeed's menu right now is Hello Milwaukee, which is their like Miller Lite clone. And I've drank it before, I just haven't reviewed it on Untapped.
Oh, so this weekend I went on a bar crawl for Tracy B's friend of ours, Kristen. Shout out Kristen. It was her 40th birthday bar crawl. Okay, so
Woo! Happy
Zach and
birthday,
I
Kristen.
went around and we stopped at like Rohrbach. It was awesome, a lot of fun. I heard a rumor on the party bus. Now, granted, we have all had a bit to drink by this point, that there is a place near Leroy that sells cases of Schlitz.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
If that is true, God help us all. Okay?
Have
Because
you ever had a Schlitz, Luke?
nope.
Just like the cans.
You ever had diarrhea?
Hey, I'm a fan of Jenny Cream Ale. Yes,
No,
I've had diarrhea.
cool video I just saw recently actually was Treehouse Brewing, which we've expressed love and respect for.
Yeah.
On their YouTube channel, sometimes they're like one of their head guys will review like a classic beer. And he did Schlitz this week, and he's just like, is it worth revisiting? And he was like, this beer like kind of rocks.
Hell
All
yeah,
right. All
dude.
right.
Well,
If
that's the thing.
Treehouse is
It's
a fan, I'm a fan.
let's make it happen.
Yeah. No, well, I'll get you guys to Milwaukee. I'll get you to the
Try it.
bubbler.
Try it from the teat.
I'll get you from to the bubbler and we'll drink Schlitz out of bottles there.
All right.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, and we'll be back shortly with Schlitz in bottles. We're back. All three of us.
Yeah, like we never left
Yeah,
and
like we never
never
left.
missed any time. Um, well, I was just starting to tell a story to the guys, and because believe it or not, we do actually have time outside of this podcast that we talk. Not
Yeah.
not like phone calls, but like literally in the 3 minutes before we start recording.
And not
Yeah.
on
Um,
purpose.
and that is it. That's it. We were talking about safety. I was talking about, like what's the senator's name? The guy's name?
Graham Plattner from Maine.
Graham. Yeah.
He posted a clip today about Dick Cheney dying, and he's like, as a veteran of the Iraq War, I will not be celebrating this. Uh, Shout out to oyster farmers in Maine, man.
Hell yeah. But I made the joke, or Luke made the joke that 'cause I held up a cookie jar for a non-auditory, well, everybody's an auditory listener, but
Non-visuals.
thank you. And Luke thought the voice was coming from inside my apartment. I said he's actually here. So, yes, gentlemen, the safest I have ever been in my entire life. We went to the West Point game with Caitlin's family again, probably 3 years ago. James was drunk, classic.
Shocker there.
Shocker.
I can't
And
believe it.
and he was dead set on jersey swapping his jersey that he got. I forget where he got it from, but his army jersey with number two on the team on the sideline. He's like hanging over the railing. Yo, number two was jersey swap, jersey swap. No
I
reason
thought
for
you were
this kid
gonna
to do
said
that.
he was dead set on reaching for an officer's firearm.
That would be funny. That do you ever
Suicide
get
by
because
cop.
like I get that intrusive thought all the time when I'm walking by a police officer in the subway, and I'd be like, how many times do I get shot in the head if I went and reached for that firearm right now? What would happen? Just what would
You'd
happen?
probably get tased most, like
Well,
first and
you don't
foremost.
know though,
You
Well,
don't
because
you
you
know.
you
can
don't
grab
know.
it and then they can look at you and go, "Okay, you can
Okay,
hold it for a minute."
you
Did
gotta
I?
try it.
My my friend's like uncle is like a New Hampshire state trooper,
Yeah.
and he like because of like how their holsters are for like them, you have to like push down and then pull up or something like that. He just has a rubber band like in there so that way he can just pull it out without doing the extra things that are supposed to. I will not give his badge number nor his name nor his association or affiliation with me. But really funny when I heard that story from his uncle,
Yeah.
and I was like, that's crazy, but like awesome.
Yeah, exactly. It's just sick. But so at that game, Caitlin, Jen, or no, not even Caitlin. No, Caitlin had gone back already. Jen and I were walking out, and James just stayed. He was just calling, and my mother-in-law's phone was dead. So I said, "Hey, I remember how to walk back to the lots, like the lot we were at. Take my phone, go find James. Like I'll meet you at the lot." I walked around for 20 minutes and I couldn't find where it was. I was lost. Couldn't even find my way back to the football field. That's how lost I was. And then I see these cadets come out of a building, and I sheepishly walked up to them and I was like, "Hey, I'm lost. This is the parking lot I was at. Like, how do I get there?" She was like, "Well, you're on the wrong side of campus. But we'll walk you there. We'll walk you there. Not a problem." It was these two women. They couldn't have been more than 5'2", either of them. Maybe a buck 30. Still cadets, obviously. So that in
Yeah,
mind, I'm like, oh, like I mean, they're badasses. They're badass
yeah,
women.
they can still kick your ass.
Right. And on top of that, we started chatting, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, whatever." I forget how it came up, but they were like, "Yeah, we are actually on the boxing team that won the national championship last year." Both of them. So I had
That's
never
sick,
been more
dude.
safe in my life
That's
than
so
being
sick.
escorted to my parking lot while slightly tipsy by two national champion boxers from West Point. So I hope those two women are doing well and they've moved up the ranks quickly
Let's get him on the
or
pod.
honestly.
Dude,
You
that would
girls drink
be.
beers?
Yeah, that's what I should have said. Um, yeah, that was the safest I've ever been, and that's one of my favorite stories of West Point is being escorted back by two girls that could end my life without a second thought and without much difficulty. So, yeah,
That's
I'll talk
awesome.
about my beer because the beer definitely didn't end my life.
Good.
So also, most of my beers, or all of my beers, are from the Guinness Brewery, just because that's where we went for new beers this past week. Um, Racias, I don't pronounce that right. Unida. It looks like Races Unitas.
And we should do that.
We should. That's why
We
it
should
spoke
do
to
that.
me.
We're getting political.
That's why it spoke to me. So it's a 5.5% ale brewed with corn and pineapple.
Okay.
So I was very intrigued, more on the pineapple side of things, ready to rock and roll. I had it on tap as a part of my flight, and I was disappointed. Um, Not to the point where I think it was a bad beer. I was just disappointed that I didn't get more pineapple. It was very weedy, which is fine. It was still like a solid beer, just not what I was looking for. Hell yeah, Gandalf. Gandalf, you want a sip, buddy? You want some beer, pal?
Aw.
He's like, get me the fuck out of here.
He jumped on the desk. Finish your story, and then I'll tell the story if I haven't told it before of the first time Gandalf tried beer.
Um, but yeah, so I mean, like, I'd give it like a 3.25. Like, it's a fine beer. Obviously, to get his name on there, I'm gonna give it a little extra bonus too. But yeah, I mean, again, it was fine. It was fine. Nothing to write home about, but not a bad beer.
So, before I get to my story,
Hmm.
why did you buy cans of it if you didn't love it on draft?
Because I thought it's a very interesting beer, and it's a beer that I wanted to share.
Okay.
I get
I
that.
so I wish that
Buckwheat
when
whiskey vibes.
I
I
so
was so drunk that day.
I I bought a 4 pack of this apricot sour because they had a singular 4 pack left, and I said I need that beer, so I got that, and then I did a craft your own 4 pack for the other one. I got the do I get a Oktoberfest Hellish Lager. I think it's the Hellish that I got last week or talked about last week maybe. That one and the Baltimore Blonde, and I actually got two of these because I knew that I did want to share it. Um. And I wish I got two Baltimore Blondes and two of these because
Okay.
the Baltimore Blonde I think doesn't it's and not uplifting, but like I think it's a better than advertised beer. Whereas this one I feel like at least my taste or not even taste, but like what I was expecting, a little bit below what I was expecting.
Hmm.
But yes, I think I wanted to share it because I was like it's an interesting concept, and I think to the right mouth it could be really good. Um,
Okay. Yeah,
Not my
just
mouth.
I mean, they sell the Baltimore Blonde like at the open gate in Chicago.
It's really good.
Like I looked that up
I love
like
it.
when you talked about it the
Yeah,
other day, so it's real.
very good.
My story about my cat drinking beer is this is like within the first couple months of Sophie and I dating. She had like a beer in a glass and like put it on the coffee table like we were like whatever sitting around. And Gandalf like jumped up on the coffee table and then like he's known for sticking his head in a glass of water and like drinking it. Like so that's why I drink out of like if I'm not drinking a beer, I'm drinking out of a water bottle in my house instead of an actual water cup because he'll
Nice,
just drink it and knock it over.
right?
And he like sniffed it and then like stuck his head in. It was like a mostly full glass like pint glass of beer. And he like took like two sips of it, like lapped it up with his tongue, and then just like sticks his head up and did like the most like airplane ears, like fuck you, like I'm so pissed off, look directly at Sophie. Like why would you ever
Like
make me do this? And we were like, dude, you went and did that yourself. Uh
it's the Eric Andre like shoot somebody and like why would someone do this kind of meme?
yeah, literally him. He's like, it's like I shot myself in the foot and now I'm angry at the gun.
Yep.
Like, like it was so funny.
Yeah.
And so
Oh
like
man.
he's never tried to drink a beer ever since. It's so
He knows
like,
his limits. He knows
oh,
his
he
limits.
does. He knows he doesn't like it, but he just looked at it like he was so pissed off.
I love that. Good for Gandalf.
Yeah, he knows what he likes.
Gandalf.
He's sitting directly behind me right now. If you can see his tail
Oh,
moving.
there it
Oh
is.
yeah.
Yeah, he's sitting right there because he wants me to go to bed because it's past bedtime. His self-imposed bedtime.
Again, a man that knows what he wants. That's fine. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
All right, fellas. I mean, do you have any other beers that you want to talk about because we have this half episode, or do you want me to just go into a question and oh I mean
I did Luke, did you drink your No, you
we
talked
talked
about
about
buying
this
Ship
already.
Yeah.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, firstly, what do we think for a beer next week
Um,
that I'll be on time for and not asleep for?
so I
We'll
think
see.
we should have a refreshing wake up beer. Let's do coffee stouts.
Oh,
That's a good
nice.
idea.
Good move. Good
Good
move.
man.
Good move. I like a
Uh,
I
coffee stout.
like it.
yeah, that was my that was my beer, my idea. I told Luke, I'm like, I have a great idea that's gonna get a good reaction.
Fair
Uh,
enough. It's fair enough. Um,
so
all right. And then so for my question, we're gonna do a trivia question because I
mhm.
do have actual trivia questions. Um, give me a number, let's see, 1 through 6.
4.
Johnny,
Sure.
what's your four? Four?
4.
Okay. In the city of Gainesville, in Georgia, well, that's a weird way to phrase that. Why not just say Gainesville, Georgia? In the city of Gainesville, Georgia, what does the law prohibit being eaten with a fork? And so the choices,
Hold on. You just text this to me after Keegan,
for
please.
sure.
Text
Yeah,
this
for
to me
sure.
right
For
now,
sure.
so I don't
For
have to
sure.
write this down. Just go.
Yeah, for sure.
The
For
city of
sure.
Gainesville, Florida. What
Um,
prohibits it?
so Gainesville, Georgia, not Gainesville, Florida. Don't get them mixed. Because in the swamp,
No Gators.
you
No
can do whatever
Gators.
the fuck you
No
want.
Gators.
You can do whatever you want in the swamp. But in Gainesville, Georgia, um, and don't look at the answer yet before I ask you this question. So the law prohibits which food being eaten with a fork. Oh yeah, wait, are you
Do you
saying,
have Do you have
oh yeah, I'm gonna give it to you.
choices? Okay,
You
I
were
just was
saying one
hold.
minute.
I was no. I was pointing as I was gonna hold up my fingers like 1, 2, 3 for answers.
Um, peach cobbler. I thought you were telling me 1 minute. I was like, dude, we haven't done a whole episode. This is crazy. Peach cobbler, mac and cheese, fried chicken, cornbread.
Oh, that those last two are tripping me up.
Yep.
Oh,
What's
Yep.
your guys' stance on cornbread?
I like a moist cornbread, like a corn cake.
same.
Hmm.
I don't like cornbread that chokes me.
I
Agreed.
I think I've had like I like really good cornbread, but I think I've had a lot of bad cornbread in my life,
That's fair.
if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like
That's
I
fair.
feel like I've
scares you a
had
little
more
bit. Yeah.
bad than good, but it's more that because the highs of the good are so good.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
So I think in fairness to all of our listeners that are going to do the trivia, I'll have you guys hold up a finger and we'll take mental note of your answer, and then I'll give you the answer next time.
Okay. This is my answer.
All right, you definitely looked. This is
No, I
great.
didn't, Keegan.
No, it's the only one that makes sense in my mind. It's the only one that makes sense.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. So we'll share that answer next time, or we might not, honestly, because
Yeah.
I
We
do a
never
pretty good
remember
job of
to.
forgetting to address the question of the week last week. But
Yeah. Well, We've got time. Any good beer adventures recently, guys? Like since the last week? You were just in
Um,
Florida, right, Keegan?
I was in Florida. Our buddy Ian got married.
Shout out Ian.
Yeah,
Ian
shout out Ian.
good.
The thing that I consumed the most was not a beer. It was a pub sub,
Mm,
Publix. For those of you who don't know it, is a grocery store down there. They have a nice deli,
Shout out
good chicken
Florida.
finger subs. Yep.
Florida.
And Kuz, Allie, and I, and Caitlin, obviously, all had an Airbnb together, which was a blast. We consumed about 16 surf sides and two, actually, fun beer adventure just popped into my head. Um, so we went out the night before. So Friday we got there. We went out to a bar that they like to go out to, like in their around their college. Went out there. Had some mango carts on draft, which is great.
Good, awesome,
Oh,
man.
Just
but nothing
phenomenal.
beats it.
Yeah,
The
just
bubbler, which I
phenomenal.
mentioned earlier, it's a dive bar with
Oh,
mango car on draft.
it's like it's a great beer in a can. Like draft, it's candy.
Mhm.
Um, so we got back about 1 a.m. and just said, "Fuck it, let's go get some beers at 7-Eleven," because 7-Eleven was like what we thought was a 5 minute walk. It was actually like a 20-minute walk. So Kuz and I are gone for like
That
45
sounds
minutes, maybe an hour.
average
Yeah,
coos. Let's go get beers.
it was an adventure. But so we get a pack of serve sides, and then we were like, "Oh, let's get a beer for the walk home." And we get the mango from Goose Island, the beer, the bear beer.
Mango beer hugs,
That's the one.
which is like
Yep.
9%.
10%,
Oh
9.9%.
my God.
We didn't notice it. We both grab it and start walking back, crack it, and I'm like, wow, this is really good. And I look at the can and I said, Coos, this is a 10% beer. Like this was not necessary
Did he have the
at
glow?
1:30 in the
Did
morning.
he have the glow?
Yeah, we were both fucked up when we got back. And then we proceeded to drink like, let's see, we drank 5 Surfsides between the two of us. Caitlin had one maybe. So we had 4 Surfsides, Caitlin had one. Then we went to bed, right? So we had 3 Surfsides there. After the wedding, we said, yeah, let's get more Surfsides. So we stopped at the 7-Eleven on the way back, another 8 pack of Surfsides, polished off 11 Surfsides after the wedding. Against my will, Caitlin made us play Rattling Bog until we finished all of them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and so that was my beer adventure for the weekend. Florida was
Oh
great though. It was warm. The weather was nice. Ian and Gossamer, shout out.
Shout out Ian Goss.
A blast, blast. Great wedding.
I
God.
just I just remember when we were at the Yankees game, you, me, and Ian after your bachelor party, Keegan, and like you were violently hungover, and
I
like
was so unwell.
I was
Oh,
driving your car and you were sitting in the back seat asleep the whole
oh.
drive home.
I, I don't. I've never been more convinced that I had an ulcer in my entire life.
Welcome to me in high school. But I remember when we were walking around the concourse and Ian's like, I'm going through Surfside withdrawals at this point. Like, I need one. And bought like a
It's
20
just,
on
yeah, my
Surfside.
blood is like half Surfsides. We should just get Surfsides to sponsor the podcast.
Dude, I got Sophie on
Oh,
them.
that
Like,
would be so
she does
cool.
like those. After I told her about like the experience after the bachelor party, and she does enjoy them.
They're so smooth, like you can drink so many of them.
Yeah. Well, did you take note, Luke? The night before Keegan's wedding, when Steve showed up to the Airbnb, he downed 2 Cutwater mules before
No.
going to bed,
Ah,
Dude,
boy.
and then I
no.
think
I
drank
didn't see
half of
that.
one and put it in the fridge for the next day. Did you pay attention to that?
Not at all. Oh my
That's
Dude,
God.
degeneracy at its finest.
Dude, it was like because he got back like that was a whole shit show of like Steve getting to the Airbnb
Yeah.
because Joe was gonna get him and then just said, "Nah, I'm not."
Yeah, I should have nipped that in the bud from the get-go and
It was
just
just a
like
bad situation.
a
Like,
bad setup. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, like he should have just planned on that from the start. Either way,
yeah.
we were hanging out. I was also drinking beer out of wine glasses that night, like to give you an idea.
There's
Classy.
only one direction you go with
Yeah,
that.
well, because Sophie was mad at Luke for going out to the bar.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then
Yeah.
she decided to go get ready for bed 2 minutes before
Luke walks in the
Luke
door.
walked in the door and is like upstairs in the bathroom, like, "Hi, Sophie. I only had one, like I said I was gonna."
It was just a massive one.
But no, that was a great experience. But yeah, Steve got there and like Colin's like, you need a drink, you can help yourself. And he was just
And he
there were
said, "Yep,
yeah, he
two cut
drank
waters,"
2.5 cut waters.
and then
I
went to
watched the
bed.
cans pile up in the corner there.
That's elite stuff out of Steve. Well, yeah. I mean, do you guys have any beer adventures before we wrap up?
I I drank a lot of beers last weekend.
Nice.
I talked about it the other uh the other half, the first half.
The first half Keegan wasn't
The
present
first
for.
half, the third.
Well, you can catch it on our podcast that
Yeah.
Donnie and I did.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll listen in. I'll listen in.
Um, so first of all, started Friday night. It was Halloween flight night at Indeed. Told you guys about it. Candy infused beers. I keep punching my mic. Shows you've had a lot of beers. Really good though. All like pretty good beers. You know, chocolate peanut butter dark lager, Skittles flavored lager, uh, lemon head flavored beer, sour apple crisp beer. All good. Um, Went to Broken Bat, had some classics there, and then we went to Sugar Maple, which is a craft beer bar. 40 taps. Awesome.
40 taps is
That doesn't make their own beers, it's just 40 taps.
that's insane.
Yeah, had a good smattering there. Then what was it? Saturday we went to the zoo. Didn't drink beer at the zoo, but it was free admission, so we went to the zoo. Saw some elephants, some giraffes. Uh, then we went to North Pillar Brewing, which is where I texted you guys the week before. I think I've had the best IPA of my life there.
Hell yeah.
Just
I'd
like
love to
mixed
hear it.
berries and fruit and mango. It was just such a good IPA. Only in cans though, and it was still phenomenal.
Here for it. We're here
Yeah.
for it.
We hit Raised Grain, had some beverages there. I got a decent flight. Uh, had to come home, take care of the laundry, and then we hit Lombardi Brewing, had a great Czech dark lager. And I had a mystery beer at Oscars Pub and Grill. They do $3
Mm.
mystery kegs
Oh,
just
Do you
constantly.
ever get to know what it is?
No, they like it is like actively unmarked. Like I've been there before, and I asked the bartender, I'm like, "Can you tell me what this is?" Like after I drank it, he goes, "Actually, no, I have no clue what it is." But when we went, I think we went on New Year's Day. Maybe it was the second day of the year, January 2nd. It was Mango Kart this year.
Oh,
And so
oh.
Sophie
nice.
goes, it's going to be a mango cart type year.
I feel like they have to do that is do good beers to start, and then as you go,
Yeah.
you can just get fucked up
I've
and
never had a dark beer there. It's either like an easy drinking ale, lager, pale ale. Like it's nothing crazy ever.
mm,
Something
Um,
palatable.
yeah. And then
nice.
on Sunday, I had the Gummy Shark beer from Lionsdale Brewing, which was
Nice.
phenomenal. Um, that was my beer weekend.
I love that. Lukey?
I mentioned I hit Rohrbach. It was great. Had a good time. Got a flight. Had an amazing amber. Um, that I gave a 4.5. I've been generous this year with my
You have.
4.5s.
You have.
But that it's been a good beer year. What can I say? It's been a good beer.
Well,
A you beer?
Beer.
I think I don't know. I've talked about it with like friends of mine, like people from work. We've talked about how like some people are just so generous on Untapped. I'm like, I think some people just like beer more than others. Like, you know, like I feel like if you're constantly rating things like a 2.5, 2.25,
Maybe you're
it's
just not
like,
a beer guy.
are you a true beer guy? Because it's
That's a really like you're not wrong.
like
I'm a
again,
cheap date.
yeah, like
What mine comes down to.
I think that just like I like beer more often than not.
Yeah.
Like even if it's, you know, a macro lager of sorts, I'm
Yeah.
still gonna crush them.
Still give me a beer.
It's beer
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
because I think the bottom end of like bad beers that you're gonna get everywhere is way better then the bad end if like you're drinking shitty whiskey or shitty gin or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yep. Yep.
Because how many of us have been somewhere and someone's like, "Oh, I got this bottle of whatever," and then you crack it open and you're just drinking shitty liquor.
I think this, yeah, the ceiling is a lot higher on liquors than it is for beer, but the floor is also a lot lower. Whereas
Yeah.
the beer just like sits in the pocket. It's a pocket passer.
Hmm.
Just gets done.
No, I
Yeah,
totally agree. That's how I view it. I think that we need to be rating it how we like it. Don't
I
feel the
love that.
pressure from outside.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah. You guys drinking any beers this upcoming week?
I'm gonna hope to.
Good. Yeah. It's going to be a party
Do you
all
guys
day, every day. I'm going to
do,
try and drink more beer than I've ever drank in my whole life.
that's improbable.
And ill-advised.
As a medical professional, I will tell you that I would recommend that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. I think I'm going to finally try it.
go for it.
No. Do you guys ever like plan be like, "Oh, I'm like ahead of time like, oh, like we got to go to this brewery this day." Or do you
No,
just whim?
I wish I did
Whim
more. It's really whatever I'm around. Um, Definitely in the future, I'm
and
looking to do
awake.
that more.
Am I right?
Well.
I'm sorry. By the way, I'm not holding a grudge at all. I think that's hilarious. And I'm an asshole. So I'm just
Well,
gonna.
can we talk about the fact that of the three on this podcast, which Johnny might have been moved out already, one of us volunteered to help Caitlin move out of our freshman dorm. For those wondering, that was Luke. Luke did volunteer to help. Her dad
I
came
moved out
up
early.
and yes, that's what it was. So Luke had volunteered and said, yeah, 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 I'll help. I'll help. Guess which one of the two of us between Luke and I ended up helping? That'd be
They
me.
lived in the same
We
room.
lived in the same room. Do you
But that's
remember? Do you
because
remember where Luke was? No, no, Luke, where were you? Where were you? Where were you?
I
When
was
we texted
asleep.
you that we were done and eating at Ritz, where were you?
I was asleep.
In the shower. You were asleep in the shower.
Yeah, dude. College was not not. I didn't make the best choices in college. I could have. There are so many times, Mom, Dad, cover your ears. There are so many times I could have died in a shower over the years. I once, well, actually, more than once, I'm ashamed to admit, had a bit to drink, laid down in the bathtub for a minute, like just sat, okay?
Jesus Christ.
And then woke up to freezing cold water and it being light out.
Yeah, the South Ave house.
Yeah, yeah. Bad stuff. I don't recommend dark stuff. Don't do it. Don't drink so much and then, oh my
I
God, that's so bad. I like looking
I
back, I could have
I
fucking died.
remember spending like like an hour plus in the shower when I would just be like blackout in my River Knoll apartment, just like hanging out in the shower. Just like I'm like this is the only thing that feels good right now. And
Yeah,
I'm just like in the shower because that was
yeah.
the darkest part of the house of the apartment.
Yeah, like legit. You just like when you feel gross, that's the only place
Yeah,
where
it's
you're
that.
like,
I've got
it's just
bananas on the
washing
counter
it.
in there if I need food. I've got bananas and
A
Powerade.
bathroom banana is
Oh,
insane.
just ridiculous, dude. It was bad. I will say, I was not reminiscing, but thinking about like showering every day in dorms, like
Gross.
like recently, and I remember because I had 8 a.m.s like every day, just fuck me, I guess. Uh, and I remember I'd be in the shower, and about halfway through my shower every day, Nick Sander would walk in with his big ass Bluetooth speaker and would bump the exact same three songs. Like it was Wave by Nav and God's Plan by Drake were the
Oh
first
yeah.
two songs on that playlist every single morning at 7:20.
That's awesome that you know the exact
Man,
songs too.
Dude,
Because it was every
if
day.
it didn't happen to me every day,
You were
I wouldn't have
concerned.
remembered it.
man.
Wow. Yeah, good times.
Yeah, and that's our show.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Curtis Sliwa won.
Wait, he won my heart.